Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at men's share reactions after rejecting someone. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I knew her for about 4 months and we can call her E. E was in my biology class. It all started when she randomly told me she had a huge crush on me and wanted to go out. I was flattered, but I really didn't want to be in a relationship. So I politely rejected her offer but asked if we could still be friends and she said yes. 3 weeks before our biology final, I tore my meniscus. What's that? Oh my gosh, I don't know what it is. Oh, it's a tissue in the knee. Okay. We had to know that. Okay. I was in excruciating pain and had to undergo surgery, so I had to miss a lot of class. So I decided to ask E for some help making up work and studying. And a couple of days before the final, E, bless her heart, tutored me for hours. But here's the kicker. The day of the final rolled around and I'm all cool, calm and collected, ready to get the exam behind me. But as soon as the professor hands out the exam, I look at it and my heart sank. Nothing on the exam was stuff I learned and studied for. E had prepared me for a completely different exam entirely. And I was outraged. E had fooled me. A week later, when we got our results, I had failed while E aced it. And I ended up having to retake the whole class. Wow, E is petty. Holy, she even spent hours tutoring him for the wrong content. That's dedicated to your pettiness. But that is so mean because they failed and they have to take another class, meaning they have to pay for another course. That's rude. This is their revenge. Like, wow, that's some petty revenge, you know? Spending so much time just to teach someone. So did she make up all the other notes as well? Because she gave him notes, right? And helped him in studying. Holy, that's a lot of dedication to fake something. There was this girl at work who secretly had a crush on me. Let's call her Blank. Years went by before I found out and she was let go shortly after. Blank and I regularly had lunch breaks at the same time, so we often talked. But I wouldn't have considered her a super close friend, just a co-worker. One day I had lunch with my girlfriend and hadn't talked with Blank. And as I was leaving work and walking to my car, Blank approached me. From behind me, she asked, "Who was that woman with you at lunch?" When I explained it was my girlfriend, Blank started making a huge deal about it. This is when people are a bit delusional and they think their crush are all to themselves, you know. My explanation didn't seem to calm or settle her down. So, confused, a little scared, I stated I had to get home and quickly left. At work the next day, Blank was not there. I felt relieved because she had made the previous day so uncomfortable and awkward. But even the next week, Blank was still not back and I had no clue why. After the second week of Blank being absent, one of her team members decided to ask me why Blank needed to take such a long break. This question caught me off guard and confused me even more. So I answered, why would I know anything about that? Blank and I only talk at work. I don't even have her number. At this point, it was hard to tell who was more confused, team member or me. I could literally see the gears turning in team member's head as she was trying to formulate her next question. Eventually, it comes out. I thought you and Blank were going out. She tells us about all the amazing dates you go on all the time. Team member then proceeded to tell me some of these dates. These were all the dates that I had taken my girlfriend on and told Blank about. Wow! This is a big twist. My mouth and throat were completely dry and I felt like throwing up. Blank had constructed a life with me doing things with her that I do with my actual girlfriend and then presented this to her team. I told team member that I do in fact have a girlfriend, but Blank is not her. I pulled out my phone and showed team member pictures of my girlfriend and me together. While my girlfriend and Blank share similar heights and builds, they don't look that similar. Regardless, team member was probably more confused than I was at that moment and seemed to slink away back to her desk. Oh my gosh. Well, the tea, okay, the tea. Blank showed up the following week and while walking into the building refused to make eye contact. About an hour later, she was removed from the building by my boss and the head of security. Blank was clearly furious. Apparently, team member confronted Blank about her fantasies before Blank could even get to her own desk, which caused Blank to have a meltdown and attacked team member. Holy! Whoa. How do you make up a fake life between you and your crush, and then you tell your co-workers about it, and then all of them think that you're dating your crush when you guys work together? So I guess that is so weird. Imagine knowing something and then realizing it was all fake all along. Like, imagine you watching two of your co-workers thinking that they're dating, but they're not. So like that whole time that you've been seeing them together, you're like, oh, that's so cute, la-di-da-da, but it was fake all along. Holy. Why? Wow. She attacked her own co-worker for calling out her lies? Like, that honestly doesn't make sense. You lied about it, you made everyone believe your lies, and then you get angry at someone calling you out for lying. You don't have the right to be angry, okay? You are lying. Doesn't this just make you think, like, what if someone is doing the exact same thing to you? Just put yourself in this situation. What if a coworker was telling everyone that you were in a relationship with them, but you didn't know? And you don't even have a slightest feeling for them at all. But all your coworkers think that you're dating, but you had no idea about it. That is creepy, honestly. When I was graduating with my master's, my girlfriend was really hinting that she wanted to get married. I didn't, and was super clear on that. So she broke it off right before I went to visit my parents for a week. I was a bit bummed out on the way home and a couple of days after, but then she called and said she wanted to talk when I got back. By then though, I had the feeling she would want to get back together and expected we would get engaged or married, and that's exactly what happened. When I got back, she acted like everything was fine and talking about us getting serious. Wait, didn't she break up with him? So she broke up with him, and then a week later she's like, yeah, so when do you want to propose to me? Like, when are you gonna propose to me? Maybe she realized and she was like, he was a good guy. I'ma just pretend nothing happened. How do you do that? It doesn't work like that. After that, we sat down and I told her it was over. All of a sudden, she started threatening me if I were to leave her. Yo. Oh my gosh. This is the worst. Like, threatening someone just because they want to break up with you, and then you're gonna guilt trip them to stay with you when they're not in love with you. But obviously they care about you because, you know, you were once their partner. But that's so messed up to try to threaten someone to stay with you. Honestly, at that point, I didn't want to leave her in a cab where she might act crazy or go missing or something. But that's not the end of it. It had just begun. The next morning, I woke up to at least 30 texts and 5 missed calls, which I decided to ignore. And then it escalated to around 40 texts a day and 20 or so missed calls for about a week. Then notes in my car. Oh my gosh! Then a friend of hers came to my house to talk to me. She tried to explain what went wrong and apologized for my ex, but I told her I would not get back together with her regardless of her excuses. The next morning, I came out to 2 slashed tires on my car and I almost missed a job interview. She would stalk me by staying at a cafe across the street from my place for hours, monitoring who came in and who came out and what time. And the final straw was when, after about 3 months passed, I had started dating a different girl. Oh no! One day we went to my apartment to watch movies and chill, and I got a call about an hour in. I had changed my number so my ex couldn't contact me, but it was a friend of mine saying that he got a call from my ex saying that the girl with brown hair and red blouse. Exactly the description was too ugly for me and she wanted to mess her up. I ended up making the girl a nice dinner and we had a bottle of vino. Vino, what's that? I don't know. That way we could waste time and enjoy ourselves, waiting for my ex to leave her post at the cafe. Moral of the story, even if you think you know someone completely, they may still surprise you. Yeah, some people can change really quick once they don't get what they want. Once something like triggers something in the mind, they can go crazy. This is too much. Like, he didn't call the cops on her or anything because stalking, you know, and threatening, that is honestly so scary. Like, breaking up with someone, but then they don't agree. Hold on a second, I'm just confused now because she was the one who broke up, okay? He just agreed, that's all, and he just decided he wasn't going to get back together with her. But she was the one who broke up. So why is she acting this way? Like, normally it's the other way around, where the person who was broken up with goes crazy, you know? But she was the one who broke up with him. And then she does all this. Like, girl, what are you doing? I dated a girl for a couple of weeks, and on our third date, we chilled at my place and talked. She told me that she thought guys who watched adult films were disgusting, and if they were in a relationship, she considered it cheating. 10 minutes later, out of nowhere, she asked to use my computer. Is she trying to check? I knew the last thing I had open was not going to impress her, so I said maybe some other time. She got way too angry at my reply and explained her intention was to only write me an email about how much she really liked me. What? After a little bit of chilling and talking, I said I thought it would be best to call her at night and drove her home. While in the car, she went quiet until about halfway to her place. She says, "My dad's best friend is a cop. I can say what I want." I got the gist, but figured it was an attempt to make me reconsider. What? What does that mean? But I just kept driving. When I dropped her off, she started crying very loudly, fell down in her parents' driveway and crawled to the front door. Sure enough, next day I was arrested for assault, and it took a week for her to admit she made it up. And the charges weren't dropped for 7 months. So she framed him like she was trying to get him in jail? What the heck? He didn't really reject her though. He just didn't let her use his computer and drove her home. Maybe that was a sign for her. Jeez. That is crazy though. Like, how petty do you have to be? Not even petty. How evil do you have to be to try and make up a story and frame someone and get them arrested? Jeez. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!